This is a fresh saga and grand community news. The electrifying man, the electrifying man, he came out and he was hitting hard on the Reverend Bartholomew based on what he said. And I want you guys to also listen to it. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. And please subscribe if you're not subscribed. This is the update and share this video as well. Appreciate you guys.
Thank God it's Friday, everybody. Today's 10th of May, 2024. This is me, myself, and I, the electrifying hitman. I am Michael. Coming up today, today's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. TGIF, everybody. 10th of May, 2024. I want to firstly appreciate, everybody coming to the Global 360 platforms. We want to say thank you for, believing in us, believing in my dream, got in my back by GBB Body. And I want to encourage everybody that has been part of the platform to, circulate the adverts, for more people to join because we need the crowd to, you know, benefit from the juicy offers we're about to dish out to the grants community, which is the first of its kind. Because as you can see, I don't need to blow my trumpet. This is the first time, transparency is at the peak, you know, of everything we do in the grants community because we have to set the example for others to follow. Since all these clergymen have been in the grants community since 2016, not even 2016, 2012 down the line. There is nobody from all the clergymen grants community, clergymen and women, grant holders, handlers, have ever displayed anything when it comes to even a quarter of the transparency the electrifying hitman I am Michael and the legendary engineer Moses Agoche has displayed. Within 2 weeks, I came to partner with GBB. Before I go on, let me address Reverend Bartholomew's VN today. Talking about not disowning me, removing me from all his platforms, not making me his spokesperson, etc. like that. In the first place, but Reverend Bats, the big papa, the way I call him, he doesn't have the money to pay me as a spokesperson because from it's surprising to me that from all the monies, the millions, the billions he has made, from his voluntary refugees grant, sales of clusters, according to him, he started 2020 to that of Theobarth when he sold clusters, for 100 and above 100 official price rates of 20,000. He sold a sponsorship deal which I gave him a lot of people when I was still in his platform. You got it for 100K. And all the monies he has made, he made from Theobarth, from the thousands of clusters that he has nothing to show for them. It's baffling me. So is in fact, if I didn't come to Abuja, I won't even believe if anybody tells me that Reverend Bat has no dime and is still a tenant. And the most shocking part of the whole thing is that he uses his car to do, taxi work in Abuja, which is called Kabu Kabu. That is the most disgusting, part of the whole shit. And he talked about, me, you know, him bringing me to the grants community. I just laugh. Anyways, everybody knows that the electrifying hitman, I can, bring a lot of cats that I have my platforms. And I want to set the record straight here. Reverend Bat never brought me to the grants community. When he, sensed my beginning popularity, he had to put a phone call to me, and said that he would like me to be one of his admins. You got it. So he had to link me up with the former CG, Shego Gold, which he is not in the good roco with. You got it, to make me, you know, one of the, I think I started with the principal admin before I now was promoted, you know, like that based on my, qualities. The person that brought me to the grants community is a man that they called her Efe Yoma from Delta State. He was the one that talked me into Tepicon, no, Theobarth. That was 2 years back. He told me Theobarth will pay. EDC encouraged me to come into the grants community like that. So initially, I never wanted to do that, but later, I said, let me just give it a try. So that was how I came into the grants community. So Reverend Bart talked about, so that is just that. He talked about people not, people should not key into what I do, etc. Like that, so that they won't come back regretting it. Since I've been in the grants community, I am the most transparent person in the grants community without stain. I don't have the stain Reverend Bat has. You got it. So, I've worked my ass for Reverend Bat. Reverend Bartholomew is a man that loves using you without affecting you financially. He uses you and he will call you the same person he uses for financial assistance. Most of his admins, I can testify that when I was part of his admin, we contribute monies, you got it, I think every weekend to support him. That is the kind of man he is. He loves using you. This is a man that will not allow anybody to use him without him making profits. You got it. But the reverse is the case. I have worked my ass up for Reverend Bats without gaining a carbon, not even an MTN card of $100. Let me give you guys a little history of what he was talking about today. Yeah, Reverend Bats put a phone call to me and he told me that, I need to come to Abuja and he has something to do, with me and the Goche liaison together. That is, we will be working under him. And he told me that I'll be the one to foot my, transportation money, my accommodation, and my feeding. I was in my studio with my, proteges, my producers, and the rest. And, I had to put it on speaker for all of them to feel it. So after that, I told him I'll get back to him later. And in fact, I was highly disappointed because you want me to come to Abuja to work under you. And at the same time, you told me that I'll be the one to take care of my transportation, take care of my accommodation, feeding, logistics, whatever. I look at the man as a reverend, a pastor. You want me to come and work under you, sir. You called me. I never called you. Just like somebody, an expert, you need an expatriate, job or services. Then you end up, telling the expatriates, somebody that is an expert or wizard in a particular field, you need his services to come down to where you stay, that the person will be the one to foot his bills, transport wise, feeding wise, accommodation wise, logistics wise, etc. I look at the man based on respect, and I just felt this is if I should, respond to him, he wouldn't like it. So I just had to, send him a write up in his DM that on the chance I'll be traveling to Ghana, just to cut him off. I never even knew that the project he was talking about was owned, by engineer Moses Igoche. So at the end of the day, the next day I got a phone call from engineer Moses Igoche that I should come down to Abuja, to partner with them and do the work perfectly like that. So I told him, I said, oh, okay, you own the project, but Reverend Bear told me he owns the project. And this is what Reverend Band told me. So he was pissed off that I will take care of my transportation, my accommodation, feeding, etc. He was pissed off, so he had to say that is very wrong. I don't know. This is what Reverend Bartholomew will not accept. I told Bats that look, in if I want to invite you, if I want to invite anybody for a job, I should be prepared, to foot the bills when it comes to his transportation. I should make provisions for his accommodation, feeding, etc. So I came to Abuja, through flight. I landed 2 weeks back. So he was even surprised. He shouted me up that more engineer Mo told him I'll be coming. I said yes. So I came down, and before then, this is Reverend Bartholomew, the big papa, that sends me his voice notes for me to circulate around the social media. I do that without collecting a dime from him and without vetting his voice notes. And all the platforms I do circulate his voice notes in, all the admins, they don't give me rules that I should send his voice note privately to them to vet it before they will put it in their platforms. And when I do that, I finish circulating his voice notes, I will screenshot it. I normally screenshot it and send the screenshot to him. But when I came to Abuja, I noticed some funny things happening. He started giving me, rules that, I should, any videos we do, that is anywhere we go to the offices, etc., that I should, especially the ones he's not part of, that I should send it to him privately before circulating it to his, platforms. And when he talk about removing me from his platforms, I just laugh. This is Reverend Bartholomew in his voluntary refugees grant platforms that nobody's there. There are some of the platforms that have 3 people, some have 4 people, and some have 7 people. And he's busy boasting about his platforms. And when you flip over to, his Friends Folder platform, when I was there as, one of his biggest admins there, his platform is not the platform I used to know. Now, you can't even boast of 500 people or 700 people in one of his platforms. You see about 100, you see about 200, a lot of people have left, based on the fact that since Reverend Bartholomew has been in the grants community since 2016, none of the grants he has partnered with has disbursed, including his voluntary refugees grant, which a lot of people have left, based on the fact that since Reverend Bartholomew has been in the grants community since 2016, none of the grants he has partnered with has disbursed, including his voluntary refugees grant, which he told me that started in 2020, and he's still in the process. I don't know how long a grant would be in the process. You're not even getting a donor yet, but you've collected monies, from the sales of cluster EDC. And when I started discovering the jealousy, behind most of the places we go, especially if we go to places without him, he wants to vet, my VNs or videos, etc., like that we do. He told me I need to send it to him privately for him to vet them before he posts them on the platform. I just laughed. I said, okay, no problem, Big Papa. So there was a day I mistakenly, circulated a Prince of Warriors VN, which he told me to do for him, and I put it in one of his platforms. So the bats had to lash me up by telling me that I'm, going against his rules. Why do I have to send the Prince of Warriors VN to his platform? Blah blah blah. And I told him, Big Papa, it was a mistake. But later, I had to send him everything I'm saying right now. He's still there on his wall. I can screenshot everything and post it. Engineer Moore have seen everything. So I had to tell him, Big Papa, why is it that you are, telling me to send you VN, or videos privately for you to vet them, whereas you've been sending me your VN for me to circulate without me telling you to vet them, without me telling you I need to vet them first before I circulate them. So he just told me that was the beginning of the whole, brouhaha. He told me, EDC, I need to set to the rules, blah, blah, blah. As long as I cannot be on the same page with him, I'm no more, part of his platform, he removed me. Big Papa Reverend Bats. I told him, look, I'm bigger than your platform. I have over 70 million people behind me in the grants community. Reverend Bats, I am the grants community. I don't float on platforms, sir. Let me take you back memory lane, Reverend Bats. When I was your admin the first time I came, you know, it was when I had to take Michael Philemon to that is MITV, that he did we did a program for 25 minutes, you say like that, a circulated round, when we had a clash because I remember vividly, I private chatted Reverend Bats that if he has seen any document from Apostle Theophilus Boeing, he told me we are in a good cause, we are in a good deal, blah blah blah. So I had a problem with him based on, I think it should be UAG when I was promoting it in my platform. I never knew that I had some spies that were spying my platform, so they had to tell them that Michael is promoting UAGs. Then UAG just started then. That was last year, last 2 years, yeah. So I had to tell him that, and before I know what's up, he removed me from his platform and made a VN, just like the ones he's making right now, that I violated, the rules, that blah 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 should come and apologize, which I never did even up till date. I told the whole admins that were saying, Big Papa loved me, they loved me, I should come back, I should apologize. I told them I would never do that. That was 2 years back. I left the Big Papa's platform, and became the electrifying hitman everybody knows in the grants community. It was Reverend Bats that had to buzz me up. Something about this life, success, always shut up your opponent or your critics. The same Reverend Bartholomew removed me from his platform. I was so surprised that he put a phone call to me after I've deleted his number. That is my Big Papa, blah blah blah. This is that. He wouldn't ask me to send him money. I can't even count how many times Reverend Bartholomew have asked me to send him money. This is a father, a grant handler, a man that has made millions, even not even billions, depending on his sons that he's supposed to be giving money for monies. So, I just left. We started rolling. That was how I, even interviewed him. I had to bring him to African Grants Movement that he was lashed, and I did a private, interview with him. He has been sending me his, everything I've done for Big Papa happens to be for free. He has not even sent me, like I said, a card money for just MTN or Airtel or any of this network, $100 in his life. I have done everything for him for free, yo. So that was the day, Engineer Moses Goche had to send him 110,000 bucks for fuel. So the day we're about to go to, the lottery office to tie things up. We waited for him for hours. I had to, close to my hotel. Went to the lodging place, waited. So when he finally came, he said he was busy going around doing, kabu kabu because transportation, fuel was expensive then because there were no fuel in Abuja. So we had to go in. I was shocked to hear that from him. I had to ask him, Big Papa, don't people know you when you do your kabu kabu in Abuja? He said he doesn't give a fuck about it. So he took us down there to the lottery office in Abuja. After we finish up the whole shit, the rain was drizzling then. He had to drop us halfway and, highlight us in the rain. So I just came down. I said, man, what kind of a man is this? After Mo has sent him, 10,000 bucks for fuel, because more than Engineer Moses Sigoche was off. He didn't follow us in that, visitation to the lottery office. So then I just felt, man, this man is not a man one need to work with. Reverend Bartholomew has never ended up with somebody in a good page. He, had a clash with his former CG that built his folder for him, Shego Gold. He's also had a clash with, the former, the Commandant General of his refugee grants. There's nobody that doesn't end up having a clash with TO, EDC like that, nothing. So people should just forget about anything he says, because as far as we are concerned, this project is top, off the hinges. If you notice vividly, he did a VN looking for money for our project, which I had to cancel the VN, and he made a confession today that nobody has paid a dime since he made that VN, that people should be relating to him. One of his sons sending money, so he doesn't need the money anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I am the most transparent person. Like I said, all the clergymen and women in the grants community are not as transparent quarter as the electrifying hitman. I am Michael. So I've set my standard. I don't have stain in the grants community. I've not scam anybody. Not sold a cluster ABC. I have been, empowering people since I came to Abuja. We've given out over 200K, 20K. A lot of people can testify that I've gotten those monies. And I've been encouraging my admins by giving them card money. And some of my admins are the winners of the 20K already. That is how to do business. People working for you need to, you need to put smiles on their faces, encourage them. But the reverse is the case in Reverend Bartholomew's own. He will not give you a dime. You will be the one to buy card, be the one to buy data, be the one to have sleepless nights. He will still be the one to be calling you for money, for support. A father that's supposed to be giving his kids money, the reverse is the case. I bless most of my admins that are working with me, monies. And when he claimed that he removed me, blah, 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 from his platforms, overnight I had to set up Global 360. Everybody knows what's up today. Within, 48 hours, the first platform was filled up, over 1,000 to, 25 people. And the second platform is close to 500 as we speak, less than 4 days. And I'm not talking about the Telegram platform. Like I said, I'm bigger than platform, Reverend Bartholomew. I am, the grants community. And ladies and gentlemen, you just have to, keep your head straight up. Like I said, we have started disbursing already to beneficiaries. And this is the first time it's happened in the grants community. Nobody has done that. So we are the first to do that. So if you notice recently, all my videos have nothing to do with Reverend Bats, because we have to put him, because he's the man I discovered that doesn't take to correction. So we have to put him in the place he belongs and move on so that we get to the El Dorado, the place we want to go. At least he has been in the grants community since 2016. He has not, all the grants he has involved himself with has not disbursed, including his own. So, he led a lot of people into Theobarth, nothing. So I don't roll with cats like that, even a father like that, and he doesn't take to correction. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the good hands. So nobody should conquer to whatever he says. The electrifying hitsman is on the right direction. There is no project I've gone into in the grants community that I have scammed anybody. And this, I've started it in a good page by even, disbursing already to a couple of people in the grants community. So keep your head straight up for us, yo, to unveil the app very soon, and you guys will start onboarding, to onboard your crew for the CEOs of cooperative and NGOs, cluster heads and beneficiaries. Like I said in my VM, we have projects for you to do. So just keep your head straight up, everybody, and relax. Good afternoon, everybody, once again. Oh, it was still in the morning, right? Good morning, everybody. And TGIF once again from the Electrifying Hits, man. I am Michael. I'm out. Yeah.